All right, we are back. It is so cold. It is 40 degrees. I'm a Californian. Haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks. And I don't like this. Give me some summer back. I want that 110 degree weather. But anyways, last Sunday, my buddy at church said, hey, timing belt snapped on my Civic 1.5. It's a 1993. Oh, buddy, that's going to be valves. I've actually never done one of these motors, but we're going to get into it. So this is what we've got going on. And it's, 1.5. It's the little baby motor. It is a Civic Del Sol. Kind of a fun car. Looks adorable. This thing makes about as much horsepower as 3 cylinders on my engine, or 2 cylinders. And anyways, I've got these bolts broken loose, and so we're going to start taking off the rocker arms. I did a vacuum test already on it, and I got no vacuum, or it just goes up just the tiniest bit and drops down, and I can't actually see any bent valves. Let me get this flipped. When I look at this, because I've done plenty of bent valves before, and when I look at them all, they all look fine. But because this one's open because of the cam. This one's open because of the cam. That one's starting to open because of the cam. But they all look, so that one, these, those, they all look flush. They look good, but I'm not getting a vacuum. So we're going to take the head apart, and we're going to find out what happened in there. And ones that I have done in the past, you see the valves bend, and they're just you can really see them. This could possibly be that they're just barely bent. It doesn't take much at all, a couple thousandths. So let's dive in it and see what's going on. That one I didn't do. Cam and rocker arm assembly is off. We've got it on our assembly table, and we're going to remove a couple of valves here. Well, this one's interesting, and actually for someone else, maybe this will help. Exhaust springs are taller than the intakes, just so you know. There is no bent valves. If we take our valve and spin it, everything looks fine. I was getting no vacuum in the exhaust, but the seats do look a little bit burned in there. Not bad, but they're worn. Also, the guides are no good. Get the little bit of the wiggles. So we're gonna do guides. We're gonna, I'm probably gonna touch the seats with the grinder. We'll grind the valves, get those cleaned up, and get a good surface on that. But I took the intake valves out, kind of cleaned them, put them back in, vacuum test, and they were half decent. I've seen better, but I would have ran this and kind of bummed. Didn't even take the head off technically. So, but we'll put new guides in the exhaust. The intake guides are perfect. Nothing wrong with those. So we'll just do the exhaust, and then we'll put new seals in it. We'll clean up the gasket surface, check the head for flatness. So, while we're at it, we might as well clean it up and make it a brand new head. We're on the machining steps part of this because we got everything cleaned up, got a new looking cast to work with. We removed the seals off the exhaust because we're just going to be doing the exhaust guides. Those were wore out and done. The intake, everything is fine, so I'm just going to replace those seals. But I left them on there to remember that I don't need to mess with that. So we're just going to pop these off with the air hammer. These were in tight. I had to put it on setting number 2 on my air hammer. Almost forgot to record. We are grinding the seats. It is too small for me to put one of my normal 3-angle cutters on there. I don't have a micro size. One of these days I'll get that, but it ends up being another $2,000, and that's hard to do for something I don't do that often. So we are grinding these seats, and then I've got a grinding stone, 1 inch, and then it pilots onto that. And then we've got our little tool right here. It's old, it doesn't always work. And yeah, so we're just gonna grind that seat, and then we're gonna do a 2-angle. So I'm gonna get a 30-degree grinder on there right now. Switching to my phone for this portion here, because you know, I'm finding the GoPro's great, but not for the little details. And that's when I use my phone. Here we go. I've got a 3-angle cutter in my machine. Let's see here. There, you can see it. And we're gonna cut this here seat. Almost masking out the Z-deck on my machine. I think that's all I need to go there. Let's give it a little check. Yeah, so I'm not getting that bottom angle, but I'm getting, I forgot my screwdriver, so it's hard to point out. But right there, I've got my top angle. There's my seat angle. And then below here, that's the, so that's my seat angle right there. So top angle, seat angle, and relief. Or the blend angle. And so in doing that, I will smash this down a couple of times, and if I set my valve here, now I can look and get the focus. I can see a little witness mark right there of where it comes in contact with the seat. We have our head on the surfacing machine, and so one thing that I used to do was, well, the head looks good enough, I'm not going to surface it. But ever since getting this new one, where I can do it fast enough that it's worth it, I just about surface every head. And this one is, well, it's not warped, but it is used. So let me explain this one to you. So there's nothing wrong with the head really, but just slightly ever so much. So with this, we can pinpoint, so we can do 0 right there. So I'll put a little 0. And so this is like a depth gauge. So then I can traverse this over, and then I can check the depths of different spots. So here I've got a 0, 0, 0. So I know I'm level this way. And then I check these corners. We've got a 0 and a -1. So it's a little bit twisted that way, and very common, 2.5, 2.5, 2. So it kind of warped like this, not uncommon, and it twisted a little bit. So this dropped or picked up on the block. So could you run it? Yes, but we've got it here. It's apart. Let's surface it. You're gonna have a brand new surface, and it's gonna seal really well, and you're not gonna have any problems. All right, let's get this thing going. We've got a fast travel because we're just doing a skim cut. Yeah, and on this, we're not gonna get the perfect surface finish because well, I need to buy a different cutter, PCB cutter insert, if that's the right word. And they're $350. I really don't want to buy one. So it's not going to be the perfect finish. Now, is it going to function? Just fine. There's not a problem with the function, but it won't have the perfect appearance. So I just, well, it's not in the cards right now to spend $350 on a cutting bit when I don't really need it. But yeah, we can see we've got a good cut all the way across here, but it hasn't touched here. It touched a little bit there. But yeah, we can kind of see that it warped in between here. So we could have had a problem if things were just ran. But as far as like overheating or warpage or anything of that sort that would cause a need for heating the head and twisting it back to where it needs to be, it's not really necessary. So I just dropped this down a little bit. We're gonna be at a 1,000th depth from where I started, and we're just gonna run this across. We're on our finishing pass, and I slowed it down a little bit so that way we get less, finer finish, and it's looking pretty good. We leave a little bit of this on here. I don't want to take off more than I have to. We're at a 5,000th depth, so we didn't take off much, and I could have cleaned it up with 3. But I wanted to get rid of a little bit more of this. It's close to the edge there. So this will be the final pass. Well, it was finally cold enough to turn on the heater. It's freezing. One of my customers just showed up and he said, you know what, you were right. The cold sucks. Yeah, it does. It hurts. Anyways, we're gonna grind these valves. They're in good shape. There's nothing really wrong with them. But if you're cutting your seats, you might as well grind your valves. That just, makes sense to me. We're getting ready for assembly on this, and there's 2 different kinds of valve guides here, valve stem seals. So I'm gonna line them up, and they look the same, but they're not. And the way I could explain it, the black one is for exhaust, the gray one, this is for an ITM gasket set. Black is for exhaust, gray is for intake, and how you can kind of tell is the lip on the inside of the seal is a little deeper on the exhaust one. It's a little more shallow here. As the colors are the same if you get a SBI stem seal. So that's just how you can tell. So the exhaust is deeper, and then also like certain other brands of engines and things, sometimes there'll be like a double lip for the exhaust. You can kind of think of, you want as little oil bypass into the exhaust to keep it from burning oil. If it gets into the intake, it's not a big deal because it's going to burn off. Because it's going to get cycles in the cylinder. So that's just one way to think, is you're going to try to keep the oil out the exhaust. That's the easy way to remember. And then nothing crazy complicated. Put the seal on there, and then I've made a tool. Here's my little tool, just kind of drilled at the end. I use that as, did it have stainless because that's what was sitting there. Head is assembled, springs are on, seals, all that good stuff. Got my vacuum tester, little foam piece, and let's see, let me get the vacuum started because it's a hand tool, and then you can see in just a bit. Getting problem. Yeah, here we go. All right, so that just kind of sticks on there like that, and then it's a hand pump, and there, that's a pretty slow drop. So I think that is, well, it doesn't get much better than that. That's almost a perfect vacuum. So there it is. That head is done. It is surfaced, ready for install. Got a little bit of gasket to clean up off the intake, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, look at that, still going down. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so this head, it did not need really much work. The exhaust guides were wore out. That's very common. Almost every time they're wore out. So we got those changed out, and a little bit of warpage in the head. Not much. It would have been fine, but we're there, you might as well. And so we got this thing freshened up, so it's going to be a good cylinder head. And so I can get slapped on that motor, and well, now I can do rice burner stuff all over again. He's not one of those kinds of guys, but kind of cool car. It's on a Civic Del Sol. Well, frou-frou. But yeah, kind of, yeah. So this was a cool one. Got really lucky on the head. No bent valves or anything like that. And that's kind of cool because those are 15 bucks a piece. Save him a whole lot of money. So thanks for watching this one. And yeah, you guys have a good day.